What up guys, so as you can see I'm back in the Deliveroo Rider Studios and I wanted to give a little bit of an update. It's not really breaking Deliveroo news, but I just thought I'd go over a couple of things regarding the expenses that you will have to shell out before you can get on the road. Now ordinarily I guess people would have a bike or they would buy a bike. If you buy a bike, you're probably looking at a few £100 there for something rideable if you're going to do a few shifts. I've already got a bike, as you guys know, but it's pretty dire at the moment. So what I've got here is, because all the cables were corroded, it was just cheaper just to buy this. I think that was like 23 quid. That's the brakes and the shifters, as well as all the cables that I need to do it. And to be honest with you, that's a really easy job. I can do that myself, really easy. Okay, it's good to have a couple of tubes, spare tubes. These are 700C because I've got road wheels on my bike, because that's just what I like. These are really cheap from Decathlon. I think it was like 3 quid for 2 or something like that. This is something which, I've got a big track pump at home, but I like to carry these around just because if you've got an order you don't want to be messing around with a pump. It's a bit wasteful I guess, but this is like a 10-second job, and if it's a slow puncher or it's just the air's just gone down, then this will sort you out. If you've got a proper puncher, then obviously you're going to have to change the tube or fix the tube, whatever is your preference. But this is what I like to carry, just the air, and I'm off again in like 10 seconds. And I got some spare cartridges. I already had this thing. I think the cartridges were about 3 or 4 quid. I can't remember off the top of my head. When I first started doing Deliveroo, I was like, I don't need a bell. But sometimes people get annoyed with you, especially old people, and this was the same price as a bell, so I thought I would just go comedy style. What else have I got? So the big thing about my bike, or the big expense, is going to be servicing it, getting it roadworthy again, getting it streamlined and fast again. So I've ordered a cassette, new cassette, that was a tenner. The chain, I think, was 6 quid. What else did I order from Chain Reactions? Not sponsored. I got £10 off of a £50 spend for a new customer. Technically, I'm not a new customer, but I just used a different email address. What else did I order? I ordered a bottle because my bottle was pretty skanky. Been in the shed for a while, so new bottle. That was a Podium, Camelback Podium, which I think are the best bottles. What else? Oh, USB chargeable light. I do have one, but when it comes to visibility, if you value your life, you're better to err on the side of caution and have more light than not. And I've got my favourite, I think it's called Kong or something like that. Anyway, I had one before, but it was nicked. My own fault. It's just a little square rechargeable light. Is so cool. This one is from Decathlon. This one is a front and back light, but I'm going to use this one for the back. I've got 2 for the back, and then I'm going to use the one for the front. Happy days. What else did I buy? So the new tubes, the wheels are fine. The tyres, I'm going to wear them out before I replace them, so I don't need that. So I got the cables, the shifters, the front derailleur is actually fine. I don't need to change that. The rear derailleur is fine. Yeah, so that's about it really. Other things that I've had to pay for, the bag, I've gone roll top, and that was, I think, 20, let's have a look. The roll top bag, which I've ordered from the Deliveroo online, you get your code and your password. You can set it up if you are a subcontractor. Like every Joe Public can't order from them basically. So I got the roll top bag, and that was £22.50 delivered. And then all of my service parts were £40.84 or £50 because I got a tenner off from Chain Reactions. And I got this, and I got a waterproof seat cover because my seat is material and I didn't want to get a wet arse. That was a few quid, various different things. So I spent 33, 46 in Decathlon. These, as you guys probably know, are my Spd shoes. These were quite expensive, but I'm not really going to count them because, one, I think most people don't like to clip into their pedals. and 2, I've already got them, so you know, you can use any shoes. It's not really something Deliveroo related. Clothes, I've already got a jacket from last year and the year before. Anyway, I've already got a jacket. You would have to buy that if you started, but to be honest with you, if I started and I didn't have it, I wouldn't order it. I would just get a normal waterproof jacket. I've already got waterproof trousers. They're just pretty crappy from Deliveroo, so that doesn't really matter. And I've already got an inner bag from previous years, so that's fine too. I think the inner bag is about a tenner or something like that. So what do you need to do Deliveroo? You need obviously some kind of bag. You can use Uber, Stuart, Deliveroo, anything. You can, somebody that I, who watches this channel actually, that I met in Thailand, he's a hardcore courier, and he got his own bag. I don't know, he ordered it offline, and it's like an unnamed one, but it's a really high quality one, and it was bloody huge. He actually used it for traveling in Thailand, and the thing was massive, but he swore by it. So you need a bag. You probably need an inner bag too, so that's a tenner. The bag, $22.50 or whatever it was minimum, but you can use whatever you want. I've heard good things about the Uber and the Stuart bag. Stuart bag is very, very waterproof, so my friend says, but he says that the inner bag is quite heavy, so I'm going to maybe get him to do an interview on that, just to take a look at it. So you need a bike, e-bike or motorbike, or car, but you probably already have that. Some kind of waterproofs. The only thing that I haven't got is a phone holder, because previously I was using my iPhone, and that's got a quad lock case, but I've got a new Huawei P20, which is freaking awesome. I'm going to have to do a video on that. Not that you need a fancy phone for doing Deliveroo. If anything, it's better to not have a fancy phone for doing Deliveroo, because it's only a matter of time before you run into some kind of trouble, whether that being hit by a car, or somebody tries to rob you, or you accidentally forget it left on your bike, which is pretty unlikely. But I use this phone for other things, and it's waterproof, which is the only really, really beneficial thing to using this phone for Deliveroo, being waterproof, because that was always a pain in the arse and a consideration with buying cases and holders for my phone. I had like I think it's called a poncho, it goes over the top, but in heavy rain it was useless. I used to get wet water inside the screen and I was worried, and these phones aren't exactly cheap. Oh crap. There goes the iPhone. Yeah, but this is got Gorilla 5 screen. It's waterproof for like half an hour under God knows how many meters of water. I don't really know. I don't intend to take it swimming. And it's got a freaking awesome battery, so I can see me doing a little what phone should you use for Deliveroo. Although, to be honest with you, the people that do Deliveroo typically like want to get fast cash and they don't have a big expendable income. But I'm still going to do it anyway. Yep, so I've ordered my Deliveroo bag. That should be with me hopefully in a couple of days, and then I can start signing up for some shifts. Got to wait for the parts. The parts should be here tomorrow. Just next day delivery with chain reaction, although I'm going to pick it up from a shop. So I should be good to go for next week. I'm not going to sign up for shifts yet, just because I don't want to risk it. Yeah, so what do you guys want to see? I'm going to be doing Deliveroo. I didn't really say it clearly last time. They're doing Deliveroo videos with my camera on the top. Maybe I'll hook something up to the back of the bike so I can have front and back facing, which I did on a motorbike in Thailand, and it was massively entertaining to see how close either I got to people or people got to me. What else? Doing Deliveroo reviews. Going to be talking about Stuart and not my friend Stuart, the company, and Uber, who are now in Reading. Although, funny story about that. We'll go into that another time. Yeah, that's about it really. What are we up to? 9:25, very long video, so take it easy guys.